In this video, you're going to learn why it never makes sense to think negatively, even if a negative thought is true. As a teaching tool, I am using the positive thinking tool at alwaysgreater.com. Now let's get started. Whenever you encounter a negative thought that you want to eliminate, like a thought like I have failed to achieve a lot of things, it's really important that you challenge this thought and see if it's false or invalid, because if it is, that makes it so easy for your mind to reject this negative thought and not think it again. So for example, let's say you think about this and you think, you know what, it's not true that I have failed to achieve a lot of things, because sure, I failed to achieve some things, but I've really succeeded at achieving so many things in life that this is really a false statement. It's invalid. If you come to that conclusion, that is fantastic, because it'll make it really easy for your mind to let go of this negative thought and never deal with it again. But let's say you think about this and you think, man, this is a completely true thought, 100% true. This is a fact. It's an indisputable fact. Guess what? Even if it's a fact, it still doesn't make sense to think this negative thought. Now you might ask me, Dave, why would it not make sense? It's a fact. How could it not make sense to think that way? And here's why. Even if this is true or valid or a fact, it's useless to think this way. There are useful truths and useful facts, and there are useless truths and useless facts. This is a useless truth and fact. Instead of thinking this way, you could be thinking a useful truth or a useful fact like, I can still achieve a lot of things with my life. That is equally true and valid, but the difference is it's positive and it helps you. So when you come to this insight, you can appreciate that it never makes sense to think a negative thought that hurts you and works against you and makes your life worse, when you could just as easily be thinking a true or valid positive thought that helps you instead. So for this reason, even if it's a true thought, so what? Doesn't make sense to think that way when you can be thinking in a more positive way instead. Once you appreciate this and you've come to this insight, you've made it really easy to reject negative thoughts for good. That's it. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.